All right, we are back with the continuing breaking news on 7 News at 6 tonight. A deputy, a Spartanburg Water employees, in fact, 2 Spartanburg Water employees were shot. And you can see this video. Do you see the person running with that blue outfit on? We're not sure who this is, if it's some kind of a hostage or someone involved in the case, but we believe that that is someone exiting that house after they did the ramming and sort of escalated it to the next level to kind of resolve it.
In fact, in control, can you re-rack that and show it to people one more time here? Because I want people to be aware of what they're looking at here. So this is in front of that house. We captured this person being pulled to safety behind that's that sheriff's office SWAT team vehicle there. It's got the battering ram on front and somebody being whisked behind it in a blue shirt there. We don't know how many people were inside this home before deputies decided to go into it and end this situation there. All we can tell you about the inside of that house at this point is that there was someone in there they were trying to communicate with, someone they went in and got. And that video appears to show at least one person being pulled away from the scene, and that person obviously is still in a dangerous situation, so we're going to try and find out more about who that person is, but our cameras caught it and we thought it was important to share it with you.
Absolutely, a visual that we will all remember from this very, very remarkable day. Also, we should talk about Jason, our photographer on scene, who said that transpired so quickly, like between when they got into the building and then when they started seeing any action of someone coming out. And so he wasn't sure whether he saw one person for sure, but he said, I don't know if there were more. It was hard to tell. Well,
and this started right around 3 o'clock today, but boy, once police decided to move in and end this situation, it really did move quickly. Melanie Palmer has been asking questions of both Sheriff Lewis in Greenville County, of Sheriff Wright in Spartanburg County, of the Spartanburg Police, and Major Littlejohn, who behaved according to police, heroically today at this scene. Melanie, what else have we learned about this scene from where you are?
Well, Gordon, still a whole lot of unanswered questions, which we'll get to in a second, but we wanted to show you guys this right away. A helicopter with Spartanburg Regional just landed here at the Spartanburg County Fairgrounds. We're just right by Howard Street, the street that's blocked off and has been the scene of this active investigation here. But we wanted to make sure to give you guys a look of this, but we're not going to keep showing it, you know, when people get inside of it, but just kind of show you what's currently going on here at this situation. What we know so far from Sheriff Wright and Sheriff Hobart Lewis is that this is something they haven't seen in a lot of years. I can't even remember the last time there was a shooting quite like this. So far we know that 3 people have been shot altogether. The deputy involved was believed to be shot in the arm and is expected to make a recovery. Amy, I did hear you ask earlier how long you all think deputies and the law enforcement will be out here. Both sheriffs said it could be a good 24 hours with all the investigations and different evidence that they need to look through to really figure out what happened. A lot of the questions we asked are still not known right now. We don't know exactly if it started at this house, closer to Cleveland Park. We don't know what that initial call was for. However, Sheriff Wright says when they got here, there was 2 people that work for the Spartanburg Water system that had been shot and they were taken to a nearby hospital. It was also around that time when deputies and the suspects started to exchange gunfire, and that's when one of the deputies was shot into the arm here. We have some more information as well, which we're keeping up to date on WSPA.com, but we also wanted to bring you back over here to show you a little bit more about what's currently happening here on the scene. We don't know the condition of the suspect right now. We do know that he was inside of a home at time with some other people. We also do not know their condition right now. The Greenville County Sheriff's Department is taking over this investigation, though, since it does involve a deputy with the Spartanburg County Sheriff's Office. They're kind of all set up around the fairgrounds here and have been having crews go in and out. Sheriff Wright mentioned with the extreme heat from today as well, they've really had to shift out a lot of their crews here. You can see the helicopter in the distance there starting to slow down. So still a lot of information, still a lot of unanswered questions, but we're starting to get a little bit more insight about what's going on here on Howard Street. We also know that crews with the State Law Enforcement Division are here helping with this investigation. We've been talking to a lot of witnesses and people living around this area throughout the day as well. We talked to one person over the phone who just lives down Howard Street and said it sounded like he heard 12 to 15 gunshots, and that's when he had his family kind of all get closer inside the house to just be safe because they didn't know what was going going on. He says since then they've just been peeking out the window here and there trying to see the latest, but they were afraid to leave their house. Major Art Littlejohn did say people living in this area can start coming back if they did leave, just as long as they don't tamper any of their evidence or anything like that. But they did confirm that the scene is secured, it is safe, but they have a big investigation ahead of them. In Spartanburg, Melanie Palmer, 7 News.
Melanie, before we let you go, I want to draw a circle around something you said there and see if you can elaborate it on a little bit. We know 3 people have been shot, the 2 water employees and the deputy. You mentioned there were other people inside that house. Who are those people and how are they doing? And we watched video of one person being brought out. Were they hostages? Were they other people who just happened to be in the house? Anything like that?
Yeah, we actually don't know that right now, and we asked the sheriff, both sheriffs, that same exact questions, how they're related, if the suspect even owns that home, or they said they didn't know right now, and they didn't know if they were related to them in any way, and they also couldn't confirm how many people were inside of that home at the time. They did briefly say it sounded like some kind of hostage situation, but still couldn't confirm their current condition or the suspects as well. They made it sound like things were going to be wrapping up at the house for the most part, obviously not the street with all the evidence out here, but it sounded like some things were coming to a resolution that they're hoping to release later this evening, so that's something we'll have to keep an eye out for. Gordon.
Melanie Palmer, live tonight. Thank you so much.